Welcome back to another episode of Life After Sunday. What's up, Mike?
Good afternoon.
How you feeling?
Still a little tired. Some mystery virus, probably the China virus. Zero symptoms other than just being lethargic as can be. That's how
That's terrible.
That's how
That's
my
like
China virus was last time.
I'd rather. I don't know. I'd probably if I'm gonna get symptoms, I guess that'd be the best.
Yeah,
I don't want to throw up. I don't want diarrhea. I don't
I
want
got
any
a
of that. I
stuffy
don't want
head or
fever.
nothing. Just absolutely trash. So came here. I licked the doorknobs of your whole house, every doorknob. I'll try to be a super spreader in Atkins. Do my best.
Well, I think if I'm not mistaken, you're most susceptible right at the beginning.
Yeah. I'm at the end of it, so
As long as
we're
you're not
good.
bringing like no poop, throw up in here. We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
I can handle everything else.
I wouldn't have left the house if that's the case.
Well, I know how you are about somebody bringing it to you.
Yeah.
It ain't happening.
I'm terrified of throwing up, man. If somebody gave me something and I had national secrets, if they just gave me something to throw up, I'd spill all the national defense secrets on the spot if it'd make it stop.
Done.
I'll tell you everything, just make me stop throwing up.
Well, we know how to torture you.
Yeah, it's easy, man.
So this geomagnetic storm,
Yeah, wasn't that cool?
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, these rare events are becoming kind of common. Makes me kind of.
Is that this the second one this year?
Almost a year ago, we had another one, and it was this Aurora was seen as far as down as Texas.
Say that again. How do you say that?
Aurora.
Yeah.
And it was seen as far south as Texas, and we're not even supposed to see him really, like south of Nebraska, northern Missouri, and we have just seen incredible. Like these aren't the one we just had. You could actually see with the naked eye easily a bright red glow in the sky, and of course the camera just makes it look even better.
I was fumbling through some pictures today, not looking for but I stumbled on the pictures that I took a year ago.
Yeah,
they were way better.
Yeah, last year
the ones we took this time.
Yeah, last year was better because you had green.
Yeah, that was the difference.
You had more light pillars, and this year we just the red color this year was more intense than last year. But last year the storm was overhead, like you could look up and see green. Where with this storm you had to look right above the trees at my house, and you could see red glow back there, and it would change. You'd see. I saw a few light pillars, but
what is that? Like solar flares attacking?
No,
what's happening?
That's basically when the sun is in a certain cycle. It's got a lot of sunspots on it right now, and it's kind of like you want to visualize it like a pimple popping under pressure. Literally just pops. And the neat thing is, like I shared I can't speak English. I shared an animation with y'all, and it shows the Earth from the side. So you see, if you can describe this for listeners, it shows the effects of what this pimple popping, or the better way to describe it is the sun sneezed. And so you, from the side, you see a picture of Earth, which is a black circle, and it looks like wind just coming and hitting Earth and going around it. Very calm, like a steady wind.
You know, it reminded me of, like, you ever seen like might have a balloon and they shoot the balloon and they have it in like super slow motion.
Yeah.
And like before the bullet breaks into the balloon, it indents it and then it flows around.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of looked like.
Yeah, because and you can literally see this, the visual representation of our magnetic force field. And so the wind is coming steady, and then it's like this massive, sudden 200-mile-an-hour wind. You can see it just hits our shield, peels around us, and then pieces of it go up to the poles, and it just, you see it flowing around us. And
that's what causes the light.
So whenever those particles hit our atmosphere, they interact with gases in the atmosphere to give us those beautiful colors.
Awesome looking.
And it's just it's so cool, of God's intelligent design. Here's our hidden force field that we didn't even know about until, last, I don't know, 100 years, 200 years or something. And you see and then now we have technology. We can visually see using satellites our magnetic force shield protecting us from these solar flares.
Insane. And most people, I don't even think, realize how um these solar storms can really disrupt things
Yeah,
if they
yeah.
get bad enough.
Yeah, they're dangerous. And another thing too, it's all timing too. Like when the solar flare comes out, it goes to a certain part, and the Earth has to come into that spot at that time because there's a lot of big flares that we miss.
Hmm.
But like we ate a good one was I think it was a G4 storm, and the one that we had with the green and stuff that was a
Yeah.
G5. I believe that's the proper.
What's the word? What is the you-
G5 is the highest, but then there's variables within that can, whether or not you get damage.
I mean, can they mess up like GPSs,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
satellites, and
say.
things? And
The most recent one was in 1989. It blacked out Quebec's grid, their electrical grid, and then everybody always talks about the biggest one was the Carrington event in 1859, the
that was
largest.
a smooth transition. Give you that.
Oh, is that all right?
Yeah.
Not bad for a sick guy. It's the largest geostorm ever recorded. And this is pretty fascinating. So back then, you think the lack of electronics we had, but the one thing we did have was telegraphs. And telegraph operators were getting shocked while operating the telegraphs. And then there was
Like every
also,
time they would touch it, it would hit them, I guess.
they didn't describe whether it was in their face, their ear, or
Right.
their hand. And then they said they turned off the telegraph and it remained powered on during the solar storm. And they said that you could see the aurora as far south as Colombia. So that's past the equator. You could see the aurora that far down.
Something I read earlier said that like it was so bright that you could read a newspaper
Well,
at that moment.
like when the auroras hit around the North Pole and up north,
Yeah,
that happens
regularly.
frequently. And
I
but
think they were talking about further south,
south.
than
so
normal.
they basically, the South got a view of what the people up north see all the time. But they
Imagine
said
being like in Alaska or something in the mountains, snow capped,
it's on my bucket list, man. They've got trips, but it's so hard to time. And space forecasting is abysmal. Like they forecast last night to be better than the night before,
There's nothing.
and it was dead. The night before was forecast not to be okay. Maybe we'll see something, and it surpassed expectations.
Kind of got it backwards.
Yeah. And so, but they said at some point we will have what they call a Carrington event, where one of these hits us in our modern times. We're talking about GPS failing,
Power
power
grid.
grids going down, depends on who gets it the worst, and transformers overheating and popping. And whoever gets it the worst, there's like, this could be 3 to 6 months without power. Some people will just be a few weeks, like if it's just transformer, or depends on what's damaged.
Right. I mean, you could potentially. I mean, this is worst case scenario, but you could potentially have like a national blackout, or you could have internet going down globally.
Yeah. Because so many things, today are wired. So that would be, that's something kind of scary, but it's just, most people don't realize that. They just check it out. Satellites will go down. It can drag satellites out of orbit and make them enter the Earth's atmosphere if they're in low Earth orbit. It can fry their electronics.
Starlink.
Hey, and even if you're flying in an airplane at 40,000 feet, you will receive higher radiation amounts because you're higher up in the air.
Wow.
You can actually receive it. The space station has to take precautions, and the satellites do the same thing. If they see them coming, they'll maneuver them to shield them from the solar flare. But Yeah,
Insane.
most people just, look at it and it is
It looks
beautiful.
amazing.
It's amazing. I've got to do some more research on how common is this really? Because we were seeing both of these with the naked eye, and you just don't hear a lot of people this far south who saw these with the naked eye throughout history.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the phones, you can record an Aurora that you can barely see with your eye and make it look amazing. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about like when you just walk out, boom,
It
there it
looks like your
is.
picture on your phone.
Yeah, I mean, my wife saw it driving down Highway 7 out the front windshield. She said it looked like something was on fire over the horizon,
Yeah.
easily seen.
I know Tuesday night, I was out at our church and we walked outside. It's pretty. You can see a lot more than you can at my house.
Yeah,
You could see the
red.
faint pinkish reddish
Yeah.
color in the sky. Wicked, man.
Who knew, Most people have no clue that beautiful thing you see
Yeah.
can do some serious damage.
Amazing.
Man.
Got a few more quick hitters. Streaming wars. We'll talk about the government shutdown. Cold December. I'm assuming that's national. And plane crashes recently. And then we're going to get into AI Jesus.
That's the main topic.
That is. But let me back up. When I just look at this Google, YouTube, TV, and Disney on my screen here, and it just
Then it makes
ticks
you
me
mad.
off, dude.
Tell me why it makes you mad.
Because I love YouTube TV.
God, I love YouTube TV.
I really do, man.
Have you tried Hulu? It's garbage.
I haven't made it to watch any movies or anything on there. Only thing I've watched is sports.
But how do you like their guide?
It's terrible.
It's awful.
Like, I want to go to the TV and see, here's my channel list. Here's ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN News, SEC Network, ACC, ABC, I want to see them on the list. I want to see what's on them. Go to that stupid app. I got to search for 5 minutes before I find what I'm looking for.
Oh, man, dude. I mean, YouTube TV's guide and just turning it on and watching TV is top notch. Their picture is perfect. I mean, it's just top notch. And now we gotta, you either got to get Hulu with ESPN, or you can do like I did. I kept YouTube TV because I love it, and then bought ESPN All Access. And it's so frustrating. You're watching a game. Where's the other game? Close it. Open up ESPN. We watched the Thunder last night on the ESPN app because my wife's a big Thunder fan, and they destroyed the Lakers last night. A bunch of Arkansas kids on the Thunder. Love
They're
them.
fun to watch.
But man, the picture looked like it had somebody had wiped something on the lens. It was white, like they had the brightness up.
Budgie, like?
No, it was just there was no deep colors. The white. It was a terrible, terrible picture.
That's on Disney, man.
And that's on ESPN. How many times do you run into technical problems trying to watch a game?
All the time.
All the time. All the time.
And like, so now they're battling each other. YouTube TV's lost. If you don't know any of this, you live in a dark hole with no power, but there's this massive feud going on, and so they lost ESPN, ABC, all those networks, Freeform. Like, we watched a lot of it's a tradition in our house to go on. It used to be ABC Family. They changed it to Freeform.
Yeah.
They do like the 25 Days of Christmas movies, record them all and watch them when we can and all this stuff. We got it now because we had to subscribe to
Hulu.
Yeah, but it's like
some people.
I wasn't gonna binge. I didn't want to binge. I didn't for 2 weeks. I just did I did the 2 free trials with my email and Carrie's email of Fubo TV. 7 days trials, but I will say it's probably better than Hulu because they have a guide that's similar to YouTube. The quality's not the greatest, but it's more streamlined with the guide and stuff.
Well, the frustrating thing about this is that Disney is forcing us. They're holding their position for us sports lovers, and then we're all having to go to Hulu, owned by Disney.
That's exactly what they want.
Yeah,
It was so convenient that this all happened the day they roll out this ESPN Unlimited or
all
whatever.
access.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's $30 a month for a stupid ESPN app. And
I
then
will say this. One good, we're looking for positives here. When I did buy that, 'cause I did the Hulu, Disney, and ESPN, the little package thing. Well, since had already been charged for ESPN Plus, I just had, they didn't make me pay the full. They took that $12 or $15 off. I just had to pay the difference for 1 month
Yeah.
at least.
when YouTube's offering a $20 refund, but you got to go fill out a form to get it. Like, are you serious, man?
But Disney wants to monopolize this thing
They do.
100%, and they want everybody to go to their streaming platform
And right
all
in the
in one
middle
place.
of college football season, how convenient. Because he is, all college football is the golden boot,
Yeah.
for them. And but it says, chat or Eric GTP says Disney is losing $30 million per week in revenue, and they said today, well, we're not,
They don't care.
we don't care, we're staying.
Their thought is if we hold out long enough, they're going to try to make YouTube TV go under.
Well, yeah, and shrink them,
And everybody switch over, and they're going to get it back with everybody switching over to their platform.
Because I don't. Surely they know this, but most of us love YouTube TV, and the second they get ESPN back, Hulu is going to go in the tank.
Yeah,
that's just my opinion. There are probably some people
they may not ever.
They may love Hulu, but I couldn't stand it.
Crazy. Y'all remember when Netflix was like $7.99?
Yeah,
now it's like 20,
24. What? Yeah,
I'm just talking about streaming all things now together. You're supposed to do cord cutters and save money, but
that's the way all this started. We were cord cutters. We were dropping our cable.
Yeah.
And then DirecTV was like $150, $200 a month. Cable was running like $130, $150. So we cord cut. And we all saved money.
Not now.
And then what happened?
Now.
Remember when YouTube started at what, $55 a month?
Yeah.
And now my YouTube's up to, I think, 95.
Yeah, 85, I think.
Yeah.
So, like, say, okay, just for giggles, if you say everything's kosher with YouTube, they have ESPN, so you have that, 85, plus Netflix, 25. So that's what? That's
I went to Atkins. I don't have math skills. I have zero math skills.
110. You're at $110. You got Prime Video.
Then you got Paramount.
Then
you got an HBO Max add-on. Then you got Apple Music subscription for the whole family for $24 a month.
And then you're paying before this happened, you're paying for ESPN Plus, so that's another $15.
Dude,
you're pushing 200.
Yeah, they're like leeches, man. They're just, instead of coming right in your face and being like, we're going to take all your money here in one bill, now they're just nickel and diming us to death on the side. Because you forget about it.
We got Eric GTP in the studio with us. Dude, I completely forgot about that.
What was it?
Remember when Netflix used to mail the movies to you?
Oh,
the DVDs?
Yeah, he just sent us a picture of the bright red envelope with the DVD inside.
Yeah. Oh, you remember Redbox? Let's go.
Hey.
Take me back to I want to go when I was growing up. Not even, it's a Mexican restaurant now, but they're massive video store called Crossroads. It was like a mini Hastings kind of in Morrilton.
Yeah.
Remember Hastings?
Oh yeah, Hastings. I could get lost in there, man.
Yeah, man, that was
But you got to admit, pressing a button in your living room.
Oh, it's nice.
It's nice.
But man, it's just nostalgia stuff. That is like the Netflix. You'd order your movies and they'd come in the mail and you have to ship them back.
And then
then Redbox came along.
Then certain people you knew didn't send the movies back, and they'd get huge bills and
late
collection notices.
I used to rent games, like for my Super Nintendo and stuff.
Yeah,
you could rent them at the video store.
Yeah.
I'd rent like WrestleMania like a year later
Oh
on
yeah.
VHS because I didn't want to pay the. My parents wouldn't let me watch it,
Yeah.
so we'd buy the we get the all the WrestleMania pay per view. They'd put them on VHS like after
Oh
the
yeah.
season was
Yeah.
over, and we'd
Yeah.
rent them at the thing and pop them in the VHS, son.
Yeah. So yeah, let us know if you're Hulu or YouTube TV lover. I don't think
Or
any.
something else. I mean,
I don't think there are any Hulu lovers out there. Prove me wrong.
I don't. But if you remember, even back to like Dish Network and DirecTV, there was spurts in there where would have dropped TV companies like
Oh yeah,
ESPN.
all of them. Yeah,
Like I don't know why they can't get all about the cheddar,
all
baby.
about the cheddar, baby.
All about the money, baby. Next on the list is the government reopened after a record long shutdown.
And the Democrats won nothing. And the reason we brought this up because I think it's
In the words of Michael P.
yeah.
Trump said, "Get on down."
He said, "Get on down, dude." Is that Time Magazine picture with Schumer kissing his shoe? Is that that's a meme, right? That's not going to be a real time cover. Shows him shining Trump shoes. So the reason,
If it is, we got to get it and
Yeah,
hang it on the wall back
that's
here.
right. That's right. The reason we brought it up is it's so gross that the Democrats wanted the shutdown to continue to inflict as much pain on the Americans as possible with the thought that that would give them political advantage, and then the people would start getting mad at
Yeah.
Trump. But anybody who just does a little look and knows that there was 15 votes on it, Republicans all voted to open. They needed 6 Democrats, and those Democrats just would not cross over. And finally, they crossed over, and now the Bernies, the AOCs, the left-wing lunatics are going crazy, promising to primary those 6 Democrats who simply, because they were holding the government hostage. You fund all this garbage that no one voted for, or we're not going to give you the votes.
Isn't it crazy how these, like, the people you just named that are going ballistic right now, isn't it wild how their true colors come out in situations like this?
It really is.
If they would just shut up and let it go, they might not tank themselves.
Well, and I think the stunning part for me is they were directly causing pain on their very constituents. You know, SNAP payments, government workers, air traffic control making travel unsafe for everybody during the holidays, putting real pain on families.
They put some real pain on me because this is drastic. I'm being over the top, but I'm a new bow hunter. There is land on the other side of the river, south of the river, and it's called Hollow Bend Wildlife Refugee Place. Like 6,000 acres.
That's huge.
Bow hunting only.
Wow.
No guns. I didn't even know this till the other day. I get on the website last night to try to find out about it. You have to pay like a $12.50 permit to hunt there, blah, blah, that's fine. I get on there and I see in bold, big letters, this website is no longer up to date because the government shut down. I'm like,
hey, during Obama's shutdown, or whatever the last one was, we had a trip scheduled with me and my Pasadena buddies. 3 of us went to DC. Everything was shut down. I wanted to see the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum.
nothing.
Everything was shut. Didn't get to see any government buildings. Only saw them from the outside. We had to adapt. We got to see the Bible Museum because it's private. That was kind of cool. Still got to see a lot of cool stuff, but because of the shutdown.
You didn't get to have the extensive trip that you
No.
wanted to have.
But it just, these guys, I guess the Democrat, do the Democrat people who vote for Democrats, do they not realize that they were being used as a political pawn? Like they were inflicting pain on them just to it grosses me out. It's like,
Yeah.
do people not realize what is being done to them?
A lot of people really, honestly, they
They
don't,
don't,
man. They're just sheep,
because they're
man.
messaging, well, Trump's the reason. Trump's the reason. No, you put up an unrealistic request. They had just passed the big beautiful bill, and then the Democrats came and tried to undo half of that so that it passed, right?
Yeah.
Went the right way. They came back and said they want basically half of it back. And Trump said, no, we just passed the bill. We're not doing that. We're not funding your illegal immigrants and free everything, free phones, all this stuff. And so they're like, well, we're going to shut it down. And then their messaging was it's Trump's fault.
It
But
backfired
it backfired on
big
them. It
time.
backfired. Because, when you're at the airport, you don't care who is in charge. You just
Yeah.
want it open and everything good to go.
Like you said, like the Democrats are playing these stupid games, reindeer games, and freaking people are out here
With
struggling.
real life
Yeah.
people, because they're still getting paid.
Yeah.
Today they were handing out $100,000 back pay checks to the TSA agents who hadn't been paid in a couple weeks. I don't know how long. The government, when they reopened, they had a ceremony, was handing them out.
Just damage control.
No, well, that was our people doing it. Like, hey, we
I
want.
know that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to.
Like, hey, man, we need you doing your
Yeah.
job, and thank you for sticking with us. So yeah, just more dumb stuff to drive you crazy. 6 Democrats though cross party lines, and they're gonna get the left wing lunatics are going crazy on them, man. So that'll be fun to watch.
They're gonna get the crazies after them.
Yeah.
Next up we got the AGDP said 8 Democrats, not 6. You're right, Mike.
I think Eric's wrong.
Oh.
I already proved ChatGTP wrong once. I'll do it again.
The December cold forecast, is that just for Arkansas? Is that
That's actually all the way down to Texas, looking like the polar vortex. It's been like for a week straight. They've been showing they can, without getting into all the complications of it.
well, when that line dips below Arkansas. Oh,
well, they said all the long range, all the global pieces are coming together to give us a super cold December. Probably starting the transition time will begin around Thanksgiving. It may not get cold that day, but that's when the atmosphere starts to change. And people are always like polar vortex, like that's all the word they use all the time. All that is that thing's spinning above the polar ice cap up north. It spins like the air goes like, in a stable pattern around the top of the globe.
mm-hmm.
And then certain things can happen to kind of knock that off balance. And when that happens, it'll knock it off balance. Kind of like if you imagine a top spinning and you blow on it or you do something to it and it kind of flops over, starts getting wobbly.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens. It gets wobbly and all of a sudden it spills all that polar air into the continental United States. And that's when we get like when Texas froze, when I was in Texas and in Houston, we're dealing with 20-degree temps,
That means does that mean the jet stream is down that low?
No, part of it, it's really, really complicated. The jet stream does play a factor, but basically that is a stable cap of cold air, and it will generally stay there. You're still going to get cold shots and stuff, but the really, really cold air stays bottled up there.
Okay.
And when you get that wobbling,
and then it spills out.
It spills and comes right down the plains. There's nothing to stop it.
Wow. That's cool, man.
That's pretty cool, man. So long range signs that so those are Texas listeners who are basking in 82-degree weather today with mosquito spray. There's hope ahead.
It's coming.
What about
that means possible maybe
some snow?
White Christmas?
If it looks like there is higher odds of some snow being possible in December because it's going to be an air mass that stays in place. Because if you get the air mass to stay in place, eventually you'll get a system come across that cold air.
You can't just stay like that for months, weeks and weeks. I guess it could.
Yeah. We're always going to warm back up. But the question is like this, we had a little bit of the polar vortex come down, just a little lobe of it. Like the earliest it's ever done, this little cold snap we had.
Yeah, it was pretty chilly.
It just rolled down, was over us for 2 days and gone. And notice we were at 76 today.
Yeah.
So, but this next one looks like it could come down and stay. So something we can look forward to.
Keep an eye on.
And then what about we're talking about air traffic controllers? Did y'all see the UPS? Did you see the video of the UPS crash?
Yeah. What actually caused that?
That was a catastrophic failure. The left engine became detached going down the runway.
Like just the bolts came undone and
They don't know yet. They don't know if there was a catastrophic failure in the engine and then that ripped it off. But
it looked like a nuclear bomb exploded.
the whole thing came off, which caused fuel to leak. And then they tried to lift off because once you reach V1, you don't have enough runway to stop.
What does that mean?
V1 is the point, the speed that you get where you have to take off. It doesn't matter what's wrong with your plane.
Okay.
If there's a fire behind you, you have to take off and try to come back and land.
Oh.
You're
How
committed.
fast is that? Do you think? Do you know?
Every plane's different. I think this one was like 180 or something.
Wow.
So they're getting all the warning chimes, fire, engine fire. They have to lift off. So they start to lift off. And when that engine came off, pieces from it went across and caused the other engine. It's got 3 engines, got one on the tail. The other engine had a compressor stall because it ingested parts, pieces.
Completely on the opposite side of the plane.
Because it's spinning. So when it breaks or whatever happens with it, that centrifugal force will throw the engine ended. The left engine ended up on the right side of the runway.
Wow.
That's because it's spinning so fast. So it can take off with 2 engines. So it was good. And then it ingested parts, lost the second engine, don't have enough thrust on one engine, fully loaded with fuel going to Hawaii, taking off from, what was that, Kentucky. And you see it, there's video of it as it crosses, it's trying to get up and it can't. And then it hits a power pole and you see a spark from the, and that just lit it.
Bomb.
And then sad part is there were 3 people on board, but like I think 12 people on the ground died. It went right through the UPS facility, the ground facility right there. And so that made me want to ask the question to our listeners: are y'all scared to fly? Are you scared to fly?
I mean, it seems like the past 6 months there's been more and more plane wreck crashes than there ever has been. Near misses. Y'all talk about these near misses every day almost.
Yeah, the near misses are through the roof. Because I'm a nerd, you can watch Big Jet TV on YouTube. And so, like, if I'm working in the house, they'll have
sick.
Or sick. If I'm not really watching TV, what I'll put on in the background is they'll have these really good cameramen at airports, and they're just showing the planes take off and land. Yeah, that's it. And they catch
commentary or anything.
No, sometimes they'll talk.
Okay.
Big Jet TV talks, and it's because their thing is they want to catch the big jets when they come in, and it's really cool when they go to the UK and they catch those big storms coming in, and they'll show the planes coming in like crabbing into the wind sideways. They'll catch some rough landings where they bounce. Well, Big Jet TV the other day they watched a plane land. You see it putting its brakes on. Then you see another plane pull out onto the runway, getting ready to take off. And all of a sudden, they move their camera back over their left shoulder and look up, and there's a plane coming into land. And he noses hard up and had to go around because somebody screwed up, and there was a plane on the runway. There have been tons of these.
Why do you think that is?
We've talked about it. We've had a zillion episodes, but I think it's I don't know. I think people today, just in my opinion, are just not anal enough. They're not focused. They're not locked in. We live in a distracted world.
Too distracted.
And I don't know if, like I've complained about before, if some people take their job seriously enough, like, because you got to think flying is like law enforcement in the what you do every day can be boring and routine.
Monotonous.
Can be monotonous. But you have low frequency, high impact events. They don't happen very often, but when they happen, they're bad. People get killed.
Yeah.
And so you have to, through your whole career, you've done this checklist in this airplane a zillion times, or you're a mechanic, and you've done this same repair a million times. One day, you got your head where it shouldn't be, and an engine falls off. Or,
you miss one little check mark.
Yeah, it's the same thing, like in law enforcement. I mean, you've checked an alarm a million times, or you've gone to a million disturbances, and when you knock on the door, you always stand to the side in case there's bullets come flying through the door. And then one day you're thinking about the argument you had with your wife and you're standing in the doorway and then rounds start coming through. I mean, it's low frequency, high impact, and that means you got to be on the game all the time. And I don't know what's with the human psychology of today. I don't know if they're distracted or they're not
I
focused
think it's a
enough.
massive combination of what all you're saying with the distraction piece of people have more things that they can be distracted with now than they ever have been. You see people driving down the road.
Man, I topped because my habit from my career is I look into the driver's window of every car that I meet because it's just habit. Because even if they got tinted windows, you can look in and see what the driver's doing when you meet them. So I have a bad habit of doing that. I also see a lot of people I know, they don't even realize I saw them. I saw Bob today. Um, but I popped the hill coming down Linker Mountain. And as I popped the hill, when I look into the driver's side, the driver, he literally looks like he's asleep. His head is down. He's looking down. And his eyes are down. It looks like he's asleep. I'm sure he's looking at his phone. So imagine you're riding a bicycle or you're running on the other side of that hill. I mean, as soon as he popped over, you're seeing this all the time.
Yeah.
We had an aircraft carrier run into another ship this year.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
Distracted.
Distracted. Distracted. My God.
There was Carrie was telling me there was uh just a few days ago in Northwest Arkansas, I can't remember if it was some kind of contractor, power line contractor, I believe. Flagging traffic got killed
Yeah,
by a driver.
by driver. Yeah, I
See
saw
that?
that. And I'm sure it's the same thing. It's
Distracted, man.
looking at your phone, man, not paying attention. We're all guilty of it. Phone is a powerful attention grabber. But going back to the crash, it's funny because my buddy Marty is going to come up, and haven't seen him in a long time, and his back hurts. He got a lot of back problems and stuff. I said, "Hey, man, I'll pay for half. You want to fly?" He's like, "Bro, yeah, I'd rather be tortured than get on a plane." I'm like, "Come on, look at it. Look at it like skydiving, like it's an adventure. Get on the plane, like
Adventurous.
if you hit turbulence, be like, yeah, like this. You're living on the wild side,
Yeah.
flying." He's like, "There's no way." So then I started sending him videos of planes crash and
Terrible
stuff.
idea.
And Craig, who had a trip to the West Coast, I think, come up. He said, "Stop sending that crap to me," because I sent it to them too.
Yeah, drop a comment on whether you still want to fly or not. Eric, you flying or not? He's in.
Yeah.
You in?
Have you flown?
Yeah,
You get nervous when you hit turbulence?
a little bit.
I get nervous as hell.
Dude, I bet you peed on both legs.
Man, when we start hitting turbulence, and I know all about planes, man, and I'm watching the wings shake, and I'm like, well, the books say that's normal and acceptable.
The books say.
And I'm like, yeah, I still don't like it, man. But I'll fly. I just get nervous.
Yeah. It's
Hey,
our luck. You get on a plane and there's some goofball air traffic controller playing on his phone, like doesn't see somebody coming in, lets us take off, and boom.
oh man, or you have a person flying the plane that maybe didn't finish at the top of their class because they have quotas they're trying to meet. Instead of hiring the best pilot, you hire the pilot that fits into a certain peg the best. That's scary to me because I don't care if you're an alien. I don't care who you are. I want the best flying me. I don't want it.
It's kind of like with brain surgery. I'm going to the best guy possible with
I
the.
don't care if he's Russian, Indian, Eskimo. I don't care. It can't be doing that.
Even though the same guy that made a 70, same guy that made 100, they're still brain surgeons.
Yeah.
I'm going to the guy that made 100.
Yeah. Don't give me the guy who.
I don't care who he is.
No. Same thing with our military. But hey, one other quick factoid I read today that I happened to find interesting for our friends down in Texas. I-10 in Houston is the number 16th deadliest highway in the country. Number 16, I-45 is number 27, and 610 is number 70. Most of them were in California, the deadliest highways. So I-10's awful. So I'm kind of surprised it wasn't in the top 5.
That's crazy.
But none in Arkansas were listed.
I somehow got put in a group text. My mother-in-law is blowing up.
Oh, so is your watch buzzing?
Yeah, saw your name. Uh, Christmas time
Christmas
is here.
plans. So next is our main topic.
AI Jesus.
Creepy or what?
And when I read that article and I sent it to y'all, I when you first start reading it, you're like, oh man, they're talking about using AI for practical things in the office, you know, um, that kind of research, organization, um, apps for tithing, and all this kind of stuff. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, so that's kind of the way I was. Start reading it. It's pretty cool. And then
It got weird real
tell
quick.
us about the weird part about AI Jesus, man.
So started getting weird where these guys were like, article they're talking about, they're creating these apps, these churches are, where you can text Jesus, or you can text or talk to Mary or Joseph or even Satan, like these characters of the Bible. You can text them.
And
I mean,
so
it's just
what was its objective? Is
so
it's
like
to
these chat bots that they're creating, they're giving guidance. They're
so
giving spiritual guidance. They're giving life tips. They're directing people in their spiritual walk.
so basically if we look at this as so we understand it fully, the good side of this would be I'm curious about Jesus and I ask it a question. And in theory, it's going to use the Bible to provide me an accurate answer regarding my curiosity or whatever troubles I'm having. Like, I'm having anxiety today. What would Jesus say? And then, boom, it pulls up anxiety stuff, from the Bible. That would be the glass half full,
Yeah.
positive view of it,
Yeah.
right?
There's also, too, before you go to the other side of it, there's also apps, they're making things where people can, like confession apps, where you
Oh,
can
wow. That ain't that.
confess your sins.
Oh, you're going to make Steve go Rain Man, go crazy when he hears
Steve,
that.
what do you think about that, buddy?
Because that can't even be legal in the Catholic.
But it's not even just for Catholics.
That's weird.
It's like people are outsourcing their spiritual well-being to an algorithm.
Yeah.
What?
Too.
That doesn't even make good sense. Like, I'm fine with church utilizing AI to help them better. Like,
Productivity,
like for instance,
organization.
for our church, I get there before service. Pastor Chad gives me his list of scriptures, put them in our thing, easy copy paste, blah blah blah. Well, I recently started whatever his sermon title is. I hit it in Chat GTP. In 30, before I get the scriptures all put in, it gives me a cool graphic. Boom, I can put it on the screen. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's the way it's supposed to be. A human getting assistance from artificial intelligence
Yeah.
versus a human who has no clue, depending on everything AI says, as if it's the gospel.
Yeah. Well, so like that, the image that it created would take me 30 or 45 minutes to make.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's cutting that time. I'm all for, like, if it's cutting time down in your church, whatever. I mean, if you're a small church as volunteers like we are, like, utilize it for things like that, for assistance.
But you ain't gonna be using AI Jesus.
No, heck no. There was also in the article, there's a mega church pastor has created a paid AI version of himself that you can get access to for $49.99 a month.
Man, that's dirty, bro. That's dirty. That's what gives the haters or the people on the fence or the atheist, they see that and then they throw it in our face and then we have to defend that crap.
Yeah.
And not defend it. We have to answer for it.
Yeah. Maybe there are some like keep going what you said about, so you said the glass half full. Go to the flip side of that.
Yeah, the flip side and the problem with
Glass
AI.
half empty.
Yeah, so what if the person designing the intelligence on this is of the liberal persuasion? Perhaps they're in the Catholic Church, and it's one of those Catholic churches that allows females to be bishops, or you know, they're doing gay marriage in the Catholic
It's not
Church.
all Methodists do it now.
Yeah,
Like,
Methodist. I mean, you could even there. Listen, in today's world, there are a lot of soft preachers
yeah,
whose message is focused on getting membership and not delivering the truth. So, what if you have somebody designing the intelligence who doesn't want to deliver the truth lest it hurt your feelings?
well, so that brings me to this next point right here. If you can make Jesus, they can make Jesus whatever they want him to be.
Exactly.
So you can make a soft Jesus, progressive Jesus, angry Jesus, even Kenneth Copeland can make a prosperity Jesus, or what's his name? What's his name?
Kenneth Copeland.
The other one.
In Houston,
Yeah,
Joel
Joel
Osteen.
Osteen can make a prosperity Jesus.
And
if he wanted
see,
to.
if Joel Osteen made one, it would never give you. It'd be just a smile, and everything's going to be wonderful, not the truth. And again, just as technology rapidly grows, look what we're dealing with.
Well, okay,
It's in fact, it's coming into the church.
it goes back to like what we were talking about earlier about the people are distracted and like we live in this microwave society. So
Facts.
we've been taught our whole life. You read the Bible, you're supposed to have faith, and patience produces endurance, and endurance produces all this stuff. If I'm going to a chatbot Jesus, he's going to answer me instantly.
Yeah,
But it's not even real Jesus.
it's not even. And,
So
and,
that takes the faith piece out
and
of
think
it.
about it: the most vulnerable person who will be using AI Jesus could be a new person who knows
Yeah.
nothing. So you don't even have the requisite knowledge to know that if what you're being fed is accurate. You just take it. Because you just take it. Well, what AI Jesus said it, so it must be
So
true.
people are going to fall for it for their instant answers, loneliness. Millions want someone to listen without judgment.
Yeah. Oh, especially
In the
passive
church.
Jesus. He's gonna be like, no truth.
Yeah. And then control. You get the Jesus, quote unquote, Jesus experience without the conviction that we've talked about a gazillion times of why people don't even grace the church doors, because they don't like that conviction
Yeah.
that comes on them.
And you got to think the motivation for somebody to create this is probably ultimately going to be turned into a subscription account.
Of course.
So in
It's all
order
about-
in order to grow it, you're probably not going to deliver truth. I mean, in a perfect world, could AI Jesus be useful if you could 100% guarantee that it was 100% Bible accurate?
Don't even call it.
You can't call it AI.
Don't call it AI Jesus.
You just can't call it AI.
Call it like
100% agree with that.
call it something else where you're like, like I don't even know, Bible answers or something.
Yeah,
like,
because when you say AI Jesus,
it's like
I think-
blasphemy.
I was gonna say you're literally committing blasphemy
Yeah,
before you even do anything.
exactly. And also one other thing too on the whole piece is convenience. So we've been talking about a little bit. People want to be spiritual. They want a relationship with Jesus. But what does that take? Discipline. Is there any discipline in typing in a chatbot?
Nope. It's
Frustrating, dude.
It's a slippery slope and dangerous for sure.
The quote too, it said people don't want the real Jesus, they want a Jesus made of their image.
Isn't that the goal of mankind? And it's always to control everything. It's to control everything.
That's why even AI was invented.
Yeah.
Like people since the Satan was cast out of heaven, his goal is to be like God, to be God. And it's evolved ever since, and now we got ChatGPT trying to be like God.
Well, and that's why most people who don't go to church don't go, because they want to be the God of their own universe. They don't want judgment. They want to be able to do what they want to do. They don't want to be told what to do, how to act, nothing.
Yeah. Matthew 24:24 says, many false Christs will arise and many will be deceived.
That's a fact. And
Could
this
that be
is
AI?
our first technology AI, our first false god
Yeah.
in technology.
Listen to this. It says 2 Timothy 2 Timothy 4:3 says, "In the last days, people will gather teachers to tell them what their itching ears want to hear."
Boy, 2,000-year-old knowledge just popping in the year 2025.
Who would ever have thought? I believe, and I've said it on here a gazillion times, and I will continue to say it, but we're seeing it now more than ever. But AI is how people will be deceived
Correct.
in the end, 1,000%. It's already happening.
Happened last week
Like,
with me.
and I'm telling my mother-in-law right now, but I get a text from Eric, and he texts us both, and it's this. It's the Air Force One on an aircraft carrier making a gazillion point turn
Yeah.
to then try to take off. And while I'm watching it, it's turning, and there's a group of little fake humans here. It just runs over them.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is
And
happening?
it looks real. So
Which I'm not bashing my mother-in-law, but she thought it was real.
because not everybody's a plane nerd, right?
No,
So you don't know.
or military.
How would you know?
Wouldn't.
You're not military. You're not into planes. How would you know? Because, man, fake news got me last week. Now half the time
Fake news, Norman.
I see if the AI videos are getting so good, you can't really tell what's real. Like they're making ice raid videos that are fake, AI generated, where AIs or ICE agents are using excessive force and feeding it to the minions who are deceiving them.
And if you're, it's starting. It's already started. It's gonna start with the older generation,
Because they've never understood technology.
but it's gonna trickle. It's eventually gonna come on down.
Yeah.
Where
It already is. And in little pieces, all of us in here have been
of course,
tricked
yeah,
by video.
and that you have to be so careful. Sidebar here, but when you're looking at anything on social media or any videos or any articles, like, you have to be a savage for the details.
I saw a article that made the newspaper, and very informative article on I don't know auto sales or something. And at the very end, it said, at the end of Chat GTP, it says I can arrange this in a certain way, or I can give you more information on this if you want. When he cut and pasted it, he left that in, and it made it to print. So that entire article was a Chat GTP generated article.
No way.
He forgot to cut that last part out when he pasted it. Yeah, it's a world we live in, man.
Nice. So, what do we do as Christians with all this?
Just keep praying, baby.
Yeah. Keep holding one of these in
Is
your
that-
house.
Yeah, that's not going to trick you.
Always have a hard copy of the Bible around. Read it. Stay grounded in the Scripture. Seek, pray. Don't type your whatever you want into an algorithm.
Right.
Pray. Seek the Holy Spirit.
There's a reason
Be
Proverbs.
careful what you let discipline your mind. That's a huge one, man.
Well, there's a reason Proverbs has a whole section on wisdom.
Yeah.
And how important it is in your life.
Yeah. What's the basis of all wisdom?
What?
Knowledge.
Yeah. And so you have to you need to check and double check. And Eric GTP just sent something that brought up something I remembered. Apparently there's a country song that is now on the Billboard charts. Is it number 1, Eric? Or it's up there.
Somebody came to me last night in church, after church, and was telling me about it. Tell me more.
Complete AI generated country song. And Joe Rogan said he's been listening to some of it, and he says it's better. Like, it's better than human. Like, it's better.
We have Eric and I have come across some of these. We listen to a lot of rock music, and it's AI generated Christian rock, and it sounds what is that? Redeemed like 1633 or something. But these dude, it sounds like Five Finger Death Punch has been on a album for 25 years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I go, he showed it to me. And this is where we were duped on AI, like this thing. We were duped. We're like, this is rocking, dude. And then I go on Apple Music. I'm trying to find out, I'm a little bit of a music, and I want to know who's in the band, where they come from. There's no data. You search on Google, nothing.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
And they all of a sudden in the year of 2025, they have like 50 songs.
Yeah.
And they're all in this year.
So for the first time ever, an AI generated song has hit #1 on the Billboard chart. The song Walk My Walk by the AI created country artist Breaking Rust reached #1 in song sales in November in the United States.
I don't care how good it is.
We got to listen to that when we're done.
I ain't listening to it.
I just out of curiosity.
No, I will listen to it for that. I'm saying I'm not going to go search out AI generated music. I'm just not going to do it.
Right.
I refuse.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. It's going to be hard for all humans to get together and, figure out how to write songs.
There's our neighbor down the street. Her daughter's in Brooklyn's grade, and her and Carrie have become pretty good friends. She's been coming to our church and all this stuff. And she was sending Carrie the same band that me and Eric found, and Carrie was sending them to me and was like, "You would love these songs." And I'm like, "Hey, they are." It's a guy using AI to generate the music. I don't know if he's actually writing the lyrics or what, but it just
That's wild.
all the music, all the guitar, drums, and everything is AI. He may have wrote the lyrics. I don't know.
I doubt it.
But there's a man behind all this, but it's not a band. There's nothing.
Wild, man.
And it sounds so good. I'm like, ooh. Doesn't it, Eric? Doesn't it sound so good?
I'm going to be jamming to Walk My Walk on the way home, man.
No, you need to listen to some of this rock music. You're going to be like, hold on, we got to. Just in from Eric GTP, AI adoption is widespread according to Ditto Music. 48% of artists say they've used AI in some parts of their process now. Another source suggests around 60% of musicians are using AI tools for things like mastering, composing, artwork. But using AI doesn't necessarily make someone an AI artist. Many are human musicians just using AI tools. I'm not as bad. I'm not so worried about using AI on the back end, like to add some cool effects or like. Again, that goes back to what we were saying earlier. That can take. Yes, there's an art of mastering music, but you can take down the process really quick.
Well, when I watched that Yacht Rock documentary, I don't know if it was on Prime or YouTube, but this is in the late 70s. They would spend exhaustive amounts of time doing what AI is doing. Literally, you see these giant boards with 1,000 buttons. And they're redoing it, and then they're taking a tape and they're playing it on top of another tape, trying to create a special effect. Yeah. Wild stuff, and they're doing it now just like that.
Yeah. What irks me, I don't want to lose the musicianship or the vocals like of real musicians and real singers. Like that's what I don't want to lose.
Well, they're all going to take the easy road and they're going to go this way, but maybe that'll open up an opportunity for somebody who's like, this is 100%.
And it may go that way for a little bit, but like you said, it's going to all be the same. It's going to all sound the same.
Oh, AI is stupid smart, man.
It is. But like, okay, just for instance, all those rock songs, like these different AI rock bands, they all have a hint of the same sound and style.
Right.
Nice. There's 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah. I mean, but at the same token, Metallica has the same style sound.
No, you're right.
So
I'm saying like there's you have a Metallica and a Breaking Benjamin and a Five Finger Death Punch and a Alter Bridge and a Creed.
Yeah, they all.
You're gonna be able to pick out who's who when you listen to them.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you heard these AI bands that are different couldn't tell the difference.
Okay.
Mike's gonna report back. Mike's got homework
I am.
next week, and he's gonna report back on some of this AI music for sure.
Man, I tell you what, Breaking Rust, man, that's a killer band.
It even sounds like a cool name, dude. Doesn't it?
It does.
It sounds like old country bands. You got anything else?
I'm out of gas, brother.
The longest episode we've done solo in a long time.
Where we at?
An hour?
Yep, I'm out of gas. My
Mike's gonna go to bed.
my talker's done. It's out. Welcome to the club.
Oh, happy birthday, Mike. Shout out.
Thanks to my wife. She made me some yellow cake with chocolate icing.
And he brought us a piece. How nice of you.
And my wife told me to. I can't take ownership of that. I wouldn't have brought Jack. I wouldn't
That's
have.
fair. What'd she say? Do you take Chris a piece of cake?
She's like, take it. She's basically trying to get
She
it
wants it out of the house.
out of the house so we don't eat it. I didn't eat supper today. I hadn't had much of an appetite, but buddy, I destroyed some ice cream and cake, man.
Fire.
I'm so thirsty now, man. I need like a freaking gallon water from all the grease.
Thinking that you want me to pray.
Of course, I got nothing left.
All right, let's pray us out of here. Heavenly Father, Lord, I thank you for this day, Lord. I thank you for Mike and Eric and Bob and for everybody that is involved in our podcast. Father, thank you for our listeners. I pray, God, that you give us discernment, Father, with this ever-increasing AI, people trying to create you as AI, and people and from the Bible, Lord. I pray, speak to them, they will not do it. And also pray that you give your people discernment to know what's real and what isn't, Father. Give us the tools we need. Lead and guide us by your Holy Spirit in Jesus' name. Amen.